We're still keeping our focus on the Benue killings, and to help us unravel some of the developments there is George, aka he's a public affairs analyst and a lawyer. Thank you so much indeed for coming on Sunrise Daily.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The secretary of the Allah Cattle Breeders Association has been named in this, and our guest in Abuja who just left, Cattle Hore, said that his members are not in Nasarawa State, as the governor of Benue State says. So where are they?
That would be a security question, to ask me where his members are. He probably knows where his members. But first and foremost, I feel so downcast, having watched that gentleman. It comes across to me that there is still danger ahead, because you see the way he was spitting fire and brimstone, against government, even though the word constituted authority has been bastardized, but against constituted authority, shows me that he's beating his chest too loud. And he doesn't look like there is any way. He didn't suggest in all that interview a way out other than what he wants. But let me talk like a lawyer, because I noticed that this problem has been taken away from the domain of law where it belongs. Murder is murder. Killing is killing. And there are provisions for it, both in the criminal code and the penal code. And there are also punishments for it, for murder. And law does not bother about motive. That is to say, I killed this man because it's not acceptable while you are, taking, steps towards establishing criminal liability. If killing had been established and the nexus established between the person who killed and the person that was killed, the punishment is also there. We appear to have moved away from that.
Is it possible to find who the killers are? Because you can only prosecute somebody that you have at hand. You cannot prosecute the breeze.
You see, short of not talking like a lawyer, one would have just said we should encourage those communities that they attack to kill a few of them so that we can find out their identity. The whole idea is, since we have heard that these people are foreigners, it will also help us that the communities are helping us fight foreign invaders. We have also heard that these people do not have any community. Meanwhile, we're also being told that it is a communal clash. Communal clash suggests people in situ, or kind of, who are living close to each other, and then they can clash. But the stories we hear in southern Kaduna, for instance, is that oftentimes the security forces arrive several hours after the mayhem have been completed. And what do we hear? That the people have disappeared to the hills. And we keep wondering, what kind of hills exist in Nigeria that our security forces cannot deal with? And oftentimes it goes that way. But oftentimes it is usually to prevent what they call reprisal attacks, so that the escalation of violence, is handled. Nobody bothers about those that are killed.
What's your view?
And another time, we now say, so that they don't kill more. We don't bother about, like I started in my intro, those that have been killed. Justice for those who have been killed. Because the whole essence of government is to protect lives and property.
Our guest in Abuja who just left now called that law a piece of legislation. What do you sense from his perception about the importance of having this law work for the people of Benue State?
It's like I told you, my impression is that I was very downcast because I see danger ahead, and I hope the security people will cue from that. The reason is this: you call something a piece of legislation, even though, as derogatory as that may well be, you and I know that a legislation does not spring up overnight. It must pass through first reading, second reading, and all of that. And in all of this, the public is invited. Stakeholders, their views are usually sought. What do you think about this legislation that we are about to pass into law and all of that? And that at that point in time is when the Mieti Allah category, is supposed to come in and say, look, we'll be hurt by this law. We want adjustment in this way, amendment this place, and all of that, so that it can accommodate us. But that be that as it may, this is a legislation that is passed by the representatives of the people. The reason is that there is a mischief to be cured. And that mischief is that these cattle breeders, herders are killing their people. And they want to put a stop to that because their business is to stop, the violence on their people. Another thing is that, you see, there is significant resistance to modernity that I find in the gentleman who just left here. Another thing is that there is this sense of entitlement that is not in sync with the democracy that we are practicing. Almost like, some overspoiled child where you want everything done for you. First and foremost, whether or not he likes it, cattle rearing is a business in agriculture. It is in the same bracket with poultry, piggery, even crop farming itself. These are all businesses. The most that can happen in this circumstance is probably find a way of, in any case, that is what is going all over the world. So no matter how much we try, we cannot stop the hands of the clock. Ranching is the answer. I listened quite recently, when it looks like the federal government is, working towards what they call ranching colony. And I sat back as a lawyer and I said, ranching colony? First and foremost, it means some land may need to be acquired to establish the colonies. Whose land can that be? Land is the subject matter of most wars all over in history and all over the world presently. 80% of the wars you find fought around the world have to do with land, claim over land. Now, you are going to acquire land to be able to do grazing colonies. The person who is most likely going to acquire that will be the governor, because that's the person who the land use decree vested all the land to. In other words, he is going to acquire the land of Benue people to be able to please these people who say it is either that they keep grazing on people's farms or they cause him mayhem. Because that is the summary of what he came across to me as. It's like, put away this law, give us some time. In other words, that thing that is annoying you, that's the reason for that law, in which case it is our cattle have been feeding on your crops. It will continue for overtime, that overtime that he's asking for. Until something is done, something that he likes is done.